oh God! What is this? What is this creature next to me? What is this?
We'll meet again, Spider-Man.
Will you?
Yeah, because like the third act has to happen.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, but first they're gonna have that cheeky chappy conversation on the rooftop,
which
is probably my favourite moment in the whole film. The Goblin's just like, look, I know I've drugged you, but think about it. We could be on top of this shit. You and me, we could rule this city. What he means by that, I don't even think he knows. You, me, we're exceptional. Like, okay, Defoe going for it, but I love the bollocksness of that scene. There's no reason for it. There's no reason for him to be like that. His proposal doesn't make any sense. Tobey Maguire has no work to do that day. It was probably a stuntman because they just sat there lolling their head a little bit. You know.
What if it wasn't a stuntman? What if only Tobey Maguire can authentically loll his spider head?
It's true. And under the mask, he's gurning. Like he's full on gurning. Like he's taking a shit.
He's Jim Carreying
under
the mask.
Well, we'll get to him. I think that scene only exists in Spider-Man 2002, folks, the motion picture. So Defoe could have one scene in the Goblin outfit where you had like the eyes and the mouth visible so you could properly see him. I think it's the only reason that scene exists.
Tell me, Spider-Man, why just spill your beans? You're fond of me lobster, ain't ya?
Well, Spider-Man fights off an evil seagull.
Yeah.
And a tentacled beast. So... I want to watch Spider-Man now. It's a damn fine film.
Want to watch Spider-Man. It's a good one.
The scene before that is probably like the most interesting one for side. It shows why Sam Raimi does so well with the non-main characters and all the supporting and incidental cast, because it's a Jameson showcase. Like he's a big blowhard caricature, and J.K. Simmons is like he's seasoned the scenery before he arrived. Like he had the catering team season it all so he could arrive and just start chomping down. But with a napkin, so he doesn't get any in his little mustache.
He likes Cajun rub.
He does. He loves a good old Cajun rub.
So put some Cajun rub on your doors.
Oh, J.K. Simmons will
come and chew him.
He'll appear dressed like he was in that gym photo.
Yeah.
Your door's like hench Santa.
Big old beard.
Roy did Father Christmas will just be there waiting for you.
Wry smile on his weathered, cracked face.
He does have a weathered, cracked face.
Well, you get to a certain age, you just have a weathered, cracked face.
But it's that lovely bit in that scene where, you know, he's been a blowhard arsehole, clearly very sort of like, this is right-wing media angry, this and the other, blah, 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 blah. And then the Goblin's like, right, who takes the pictures of Spider-Man? He can bring me to him. And he's like, I don't know who he is, this stuff comes in the mail. You're like, wow. Jameson is willing to die to protect that random kid who gives him photographs. That kid who he treats like shit. That says so much about the character in, like, one line. It's brilliant. I love it. Raimi's great, which is why I'm not disappointed that he's doing Doctor Strange 2.
No, I think that's a really, really good fit.
We should probably, like, start the podcast, shouldn't we?
Yeah, I guess.
Hey!
Hi!
Hey, girl! Based on the analytics, there's not as many of you.
No.
Do we smell?
Fucking analytics. I hate them. Bane of my existence.
I hate analytics.
I hate numbers.
I can never stretch enough.
I hate you so much.
I'm Chris, Too Much Information Johnson.
I'm just tired of this shit.
And you are listening to the Big Dubcast, nerdy news, geeky gossip, all the stuff that's fit to fill the time before you go to the grave, which eventually we all will do, but before then we could at least talk about the GoBots for a while.
You're a ray of fucking sunshine, you know that.
That was my middle name. It's my middle name. Ray Sunshine Johnson. Sunshine's out of my Johnson.
Oh, God.
Like a lighthouse.
You should probably get that looked at.
You saw the lighthouse.
I did see the lighthouse.
You already quoted the lighthouse.
I already quoted the lighthouse at least once.
That's one film I'm going to ask you about before we get to the obvious blue hedgehog in the room.
Oh, God. I really hope he isn't.
What was the lighthouse like?
Very strange.
I've noticed you are wearing a beanie similar to that
Yeah.
that a modern-day seafarer would wear.
Yeah, well,
Whilst carting mackerel out of various nets.
I like to keep my valuable yed warm.
Your baby's head.
In Babby's yed.
Must be cradled at all times.
Yeah, absolutely. It's cushioning.
Cushioning
The
your yed.
Lighthouse is fucking weird. And
It's a 2019 motion picture by the guy who directed The Witch.
The Witch, Robert Eggers. I don't know where to begin, really.
Let's start by smashing preconceptions. Is it a horror film?
Yes.
Is it a flat-out sort of horror picture, or is it more a psychological horror picture?
It's more of a psychological horror picture. Although there are some, frankly, just really horrific moments in it. Like things you would expect out of a more traditional horror movie.
Is it made more unnerving by the use of black and white imagery and the 4:3 format?
Yeah, it looks like something that was shot in the 1920s.
And has just been unearthed.
Yeah.
With that extra level of, this feels even more off because I know these two actors are alive now.
Yeah.
That's always weird. When they can make a film look like it is much older, yet your brain is automatically going, but that's Robert Pattinson.
That's Robert Pattinson.
That doesn't make any sense. It's not older.
It's it has those two central performances at its core, and they're just electrifying. They're riveting. Those two performances.
He shows that clip of Defoe going off on one.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is... I mean, there's definitely some heightened kind of theatre about the performance.
With a little tweaking, it could be a stage show.
A little tweaking and a lot of, I'm assuming, visual effects for a couple bits.
Yeah, for a couple bits.
So it's two dudes in a lighthouse.
Two dudes in a lighthouse.
And what happens when two dudes are alone in a lighthouse, folks?
They go fucking mad.
Oh. Well, I thought... okay. I just assumed that I'd be able to watch a pirated version of this on Spank Bang at some point in the near future. Other brands of adult website are available, but they don't sound as funny.
I think there are multiple masturbation scenes.
You think there are multiple masturbation scenes?
Yeah.
How many scenes are shot above the waist with pained expression with Tobey Maguire Gurns?
Well, yeah. There's a lot of ambiguity in this film over what is really happening and what really is happening.
Do you want to see my globulin green?
Oh, God.
That was a spectacular Spider-Man reference for you.
God. No, I don't want to see anyone's globulin green. Anyway, you can't. It's black and white.
True.
Hey.
Hi-oh, Satan.
It's good. It's weird. A lot of people are just not going to like it.
Is it a two-hander completely, or do you get other performers in there?
There are other performers in there, but I think Pattinson and Defoe are the only people who have actual dialogue.
Okay. Are they the only ones who have credits?
No.
Because that's always a nice sort of bit of rug pulling to make people think that they know what they're getting going in. Like how the Woman in Black to this day on stage, they only ever credit two actors.
Well, there are only two actors in it.
What?
So
The Lighthouse was spoopy.
It was spoopy. It's a spoopy movie.
Do you know what else was spoopy?
What?
My bowel movements this morning.
Oh.
No, that was poopy. Sorry. Spoopy. Last night, before the recording of this, gentle viewer, we went to see Ghost Stories on tour.
Ghost Story.
Keep the secrets of Ghost Stories, it
Yes,
says.
so we will.
So we bloody will.
We're not gonna spill any beans.
But and why would we spill our beans?
No.
But we'll say this: friend of the show, long-time listener, and bon vivant Charlie. Charlie had only seen the movie adaptation, and was saying to us before, "Are we gonna? Is it? Do I know too much about it because I've seen the film?"
Yeah. And I don't think you do, because
he was pleasantly surprised by the end. And,
yeah.
And we, having seen it before, were also surprised.
Yeah, because they tweaked some things since last we saw it.
They move things around. They don't like clever clogs. It's a show that does not like clever clogs. It's like, no, we don't want you coming in here thinking you know what you're getting. We know you're going to come back because you're going to want to be looking for hints at the stuff you now know about throughout the show, but we ain't going to give you the exact same show, which is nice. Horror theatre is something that I want to see more of.
I want to see more horror theatre.
It's so much fun. There's an element of camp to it.
Yeah.
That it has to embrace.
Yeah,
really.
I mean, it's noticeable how many laughs this got.
Oh, yeah. I mean, intentionally funny and sort of non-funny bits.
And a lot of nervous laughter.
Although, oh God, like toward the end, a certain object is picked up and straightened up a bit in the scene, and the entire room sort of went, oh, because they kind of realised what it was. You're like, oh, that's freaky. I was going to say this now, we saw it at the Lowry, Salford audience, mixed ages, but mostly adult. I didn't really see many teenagers or kids there.
No, I think it was not entirely adults. I think it does have an age rating on it.
I think it's a 15.
Yeah.
But it's not like a strict 15. It's like this is the recommended age. Seriously, guys, you're going to traumatise your kids if you bring them to this.
And you should.
Yeah, do bring them and traumatise them.
Yeah, you should traumatise your children.
That's the Big Damn Cast telling you to
Don't
traumatize
your children.
Don't traumatize your children.
Please, for the love of God.
So it's it's freaky as sin. But I was weirdly proud of the audience when a character made a sort of casually xenophobic xenophobic comment in the first half, and no one chuckled.
Yeah.
Which I know that's a weird thing to say. I was proud of everybody, but it's because it's not meant as a funny moment. There's a pithy comment about someone learning English later that is played for laughs.
Yeah.
I like to break the tension in a really tense moment. But like normally that bit, when I've seen it before, people sort of go, ha 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 ha, ah yes, oh they are coming to take our jobs.
Funny
like,
racist.
Oh, that's. I mean, you can obviously laugh uncomfortably at things like that, or laugh at how uninformed the character is, and how backwards thinking they are. But everything he says up to that point does get a chuckle, and then that didn't get a chuckle, and then the chuckles came back for like the next thing, and I was like, "Well done, audience! This is reassuring. This was a really reassuring thing to not hear. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks,
everybody. Really good performances, though. Couple more camp than others. Couple were ramping up the camp quite a bit.
Ramp the camp.
Ramp that camp.
But I think it's one of those shows you can get away with it on.
Yeah, visual effects are always nice. For our thoughts on Ghost Stories, the film, which will of course include vague spoilers of the plot because we did sort of do a spoiler section, roll back the rock until the dawn of time. Or whatever the hell that dinosaur played by John Goodman sang in that film that came out the same day as Schindler's List.
What?
There's this film called We're Back, A Dinosaur Story.
What?
I think it's Warner Brothers, but it's one of those early to mid-90s film, early 90s, maybe 93, where everyone was trying to kind of get in on the Disney animation boom, like the Renaissance of Disney was doing so well.
Yeah.
So, like, you had a shed load of stuff like, your Fern Gullies. Fern Gully was in production during the early part of the Disney Renaissance, but then they were like, no, we need to get this out. We need to get this out. Come on. Robin Williams recorded his lines for Batty the Rapping Bat long before he recorded his lines for Aladdin. That's how long Fern Gully was in production. Random. But, it's...
Fern Gully, mate.
Yeah, so during that 90s boom, there was a bunch of films like that. Things like Fievel Goes West, the Don Bluth stuff started to blow up. Crap like Thumbelina. Stuff that has got a big following, mostly I think from the VHS generation, like Anastasia, that when you actually break it down, you're like, the animation of this is gorgeous.
Everything else is,
Yeah.
Prince of Egypt.
Now that one...
That was one of the first DreamWorks projects, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Spirit Stallion of the Shimmer or something. It was like one of their early ones.
Yeah, I remember that one, because I had the Bryan Adams song.
Yeah, oh god, yeah. I forgot about that. And then, I'm trying to find our Ghost Stories episode for reference, but, like...
It was a while ago.
It was quite a while ago. It was back during the Black Banner era.
The Black Banner era?
But not the original Black Banner era. If that makes... Just type in Big Damn Cast and Ghost Stories on YouTube and you'll find it, folks.
Yeah, probably. Maybe.
So, maybe you...
The algorithm hasn't buried us.
No, do you know what? We finally climbed through as Big Damn Cast. It used to be if you searched Big Damn Cast or Big Damn Channel, there were others mucked in there. But now if you go into the autocomplete, especially if you type the show the way we have always typed the show, #Big Damn Cat. The moment you type #BI, it's like, boom, there we are. Oh, good. Well done, algorithm. You're getting some things right. But, that animation boom produced a movie called We're Back, A Dinosaur Story, which is about two lovable children fighting an evil scientist who runs a circus alongside some talking dinosaurs who are back for reasons.
Alright, so what the Sonic movie should have been.
Well, maybe.
We'll get to that.
And it came out the same day as Schindler's List.
Oh,
No, same month. Yeah, that was it, because it was a Universal movie. It was a Universal movie. It was the same month, so it was like, wow, this studio is having one hell of a mood swing. This is wrong.
Well, you got to give the kids something to watch, haven't you? While you go and self-flagellate in Schindler's List.
Oof.
Schindler's List is a good movie.
Schindler's List is excellent, and one of the first 3-disc DVDs I ever bought.
3-discer?
Yeah.
Was the movie over 2 discs?
No, the movie's on 1, but I think the commentary is on a separate one, and as a result, the film is in a slightly lesser quality.
That's bizarre.
Because it's early DVD. The DVD edition came out like 2000, so like the first few years of DVD, and it was, it's a 3 and a bit hour film. It's a long bugger.
Yeah, it is a long bugger.
And it's a hard watch, and it's an even harder watch now, knowing how racist Liam Neeson has been.
Yeah.
It's like harder to watch because you're like, okay, so like it's all well and good protecting people for their race and religion and beliefs, as long as they're the same skin color as you, Liam. Okay, that's interesting.
Yo.
But not to take away from the performance in the film and everyone else. Ralph Fiennes is fucking horrifying.
He is brilliant in that.
So yeah,
It must be said.
so that's our review of Schindler's List. Anyway, have you seen Schindler's List? Let us know. Big Dumb Contact at Gmail.
I've seen Schindler's List. You know what else I saw?
Oh.
The Batman costume test.
Yes, boy!
We didn't mention.
It sort of snuck out after last week. It was the classic Big Damn thing. We record these traditionally on a Wednesday, and every now and again, Wednesday seems to be the day where studios blow their load in the evening or afternoon. And it's like, thanks, you bastards.
Yeah, buggers.
But it does mean that you've all seen the costume test by now.
Yeah.
So Matt Reeves just released a video saying, camera test. Probably the most watched thing on Vimeo ever, I imagine. Because, who's going to Vimeo all the time?
It looks like a costume test.
It bloody does. I wonder if this is the style now for the DC marketing from Warner's.
Yeah, probably.
Because the first thing we saw of Wonder Woman 84, the first thing that we got wind of, was over a year ago now, so ages back. And it was the heavily edited teaser poster of Diana in the golden armour with the multicoloured background, which is a stunning image and was my phone wallpaper for about 3 months.
It's pretty fucking great.
But that was that's the first we saw of the movie. It was a costume shot. Albeit an edited one for limited poster release.
The first we saw of Birds of Prey was a costume, was a photo from Margot Robbie's costume sessions.
And then when they released that first teaser, it was from the costume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first we saw of Joker was the makeup test.
Which was obviously a little more artsy. That one, they were going here's Arthur Fleck and some music,
artsy.
and then still a great. I'll admit that's probably my favourite thing to come out of Joker was that costume test video.
That was the first time we got a Watchmen as well, way back. They slipped a shot of the Rorschach mask test into the 300 trailer.
What?
Or something like that.
Well, like a separate piece, or just a visual flash or something.
Like a frame or two.
That's weird. But mind you, that was 2007, 2008. So that would have been in the heyday of viral marketing. Everyone trying to find the new thing.
I think that was Zack Snyder pushing to get it made. He did the mask test and then slipped it into one of the things. Let me look at that. But while I look that up,
shall I talk about the gun?
Talk about the Batman.
The Bateman. So
not Patrick Bateman.
Oh,
not
Jason Bateman.
Christian Bale's not in this.
Oh, right, okay.
So
no
Patrick
Jason
Bateman.
Bateman.
No, because he's also not in this, as far as I'm aware.
Well, now I'm sad. Jason Bateman as Robin. Just Jason Bateman, but they put a domino mask and a cape on him, and he's like, I don't understand. Tonally, this doesn't make any sense. Quiet, Robin.
And then the Arrested Development narrator comes in. He didn't understand.
So it's r-batz. We don't see all of him. It's in an incredibly red hue to the point where on the day of its release, the Batman, Robert Pattinson, and Daredevil were all trending. Because it was is this a Daredevil teaser? Is this a Daredevil teaser?
It's very red.
It's very bloody red. And the fact we don't see the top of the cowl, it's you can sort of see the slight raise where the ears are going to be. So it was like, this is Daredevil. Those are horns.
It's one of those like there's all those clickbait articles going, this is why it looks so much like this is why the Batman costume looks so much like Daredevil, and I'm like, you don't have to read that article to know what they're going to say, because it's shot in red.
Yeah.
Because it's shot in red, you fucking idiots.
But yeah, we don't see the ears, which makes me think the ears are going to take us all back in some way. I think they think the ears are going to shock us, which means they're either going to be like way short, like full blown Dark Knight Returns shorter than Affleck's, or they're going to be, considering the biggest inspiration it seems is Long Halloween for this story, based on all the hints and everything, it might be Tim Sale ridiculously tall ears.
I love a tall eared Batman.
Problem is, you can't shoot any scenes of him walking through doorways. That's the only thing they'd have to then avoid in the the motion picture.
His ears are steel, so they just cut through the doors. Cut through the door jambs.
Like a gingerbread man.
Yeah, well, it's like
sculptor.
It's like a Looney Tunes thing of everywhere he goes, he just leaves a shape of the Batman in the wall.
Forget branding criminals and let them get beat up in prison.
He just takes out a Batman-shaped section of wall everywhere he goes.
That's my favourite pizzeria. Why? Because Batman's been in there at some point.
Look at
the doorway. Oh shit, let's go get a calzone. Did you say Falcone? No! What do you know? Smacked. The Batman. 2020.
Calzone!
Are we getting it?
Falcone.
We're getting it next year, aren't we?
Yeah,
2021. I'm not sure how many visual effects they're going to need to touch up, though, because Colin Farrell's put on weight to play Penguin, so...
Yeah!
Don't need to do any touching up on the old Farrells. A handsome man,
someone will.
Now more cuddly.
Someone will.
Ooh, baby.
Someone will touch up the Farrell.
But the biggest thing, aside from the obvious like Arkham Knight influence on the costume, that everyone's noticed, although my favourite detail is the collar. The fact the cowl and the cape are definitely separate pieces.
I love a collar.
Like, the cowl is a cowl. Like, it is...
It's hipster Batman with his popped collar.
But, like, the cowl is a full-on cowl, but it's not a big rubbery thing. It's more skin-tight.
Isn't it?
And then you've got, like, a Gotham by Gaslight kind of, like, popped collar. But the thing the internet started to really latch onto was the bat symbol. It's not a bat. It's reminiscent of a bat. And on closer inspection, appears to be a broken-up gun. Which, in turn, could be a reference to a very recent Batman story.
Yeah, this is...
Detective 1000.
Yeah.
Detective Comics 1000. There's a short story, essentially about Batman's ethos, written by Kevin Smith, and illustrated by Jim. Just illustrate my death and I'll be happy with that, Lee. And in that... Batman, as part of sort of filling in of his background, gets hold of the gun used by Joe Chill that murdered his parents, melts it down, turns it into a circular plate, and fits it into his costume
beneath the bat symbol.
Saying that the object that took lives that night is going to save mine.
And that's been a common
he's perverted the use of a gun for good. That's
been a common theme of like Batman, a common like element of Batman's costume for years. The idea that the big old bat symbol is armor plated underneath, so because people shoot at it,
and that's why it used to be bloody bright yellow.
Yeah.
Because it immediately draws the eye.
It's just a splash of colour, so people aim for that, and then it's armoured underneath. So,
which. All the costume revisions in the last few years I always forget, and I'm always like, guys, come on. The Rebirth.
Well, I think
one touched on it briefly because it had like a yellow outline.
Yeah, but I think
I want the circle, man.
Yeah,
it's such a striking image.
But I think
you might get seen in the dark. Freaking cover it up with your cloak, mate. Yeah. It's Batman. You're freaking Batman.
I like the idea that the whole costume's armoured, so I think that's why they've moved away from it in recent years.
And I think the reason r-batz is in the Arkham Knight kind of armour as well is the same reason Keaton was so heavily covered in rubber. Is because as fit and trim as he'll get for the role, he's not a big guy.
Yeah, he's not going to get Affleck big. But I don't think Batman should be Affleck big.
No.
He's fucking Batman, he's not.
Batman can be Affleck big, but I think ultimately it's just down to how the character's presented that Affleck Big unfortunately became the defining trait of that Batman.
Oh, surely,
look at him doing his gains workout, brah. He's smacking that tyre with a sledgehammer. You all like that, right? You're all jacking off in your seats, right? It's like, Zach, that's not Batman. Like,
surely it's more important that Batman be agile.
yeah, well, I mean, the armour might not make him agile per se, but then again, this might not be the only costume. I know, obviously, Matt Reeves is directing it, which means it's going to be a little bit more adult, but it's also Batman, so there's going to be toys made. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a couple costumes.
Well, the toys always make up costumes, isn't it?
True. Like, it's Golden Batman.
Blast Cape Batman.
Arctic Swirl Batman.
Arctic Swirl. Raspberry Ripple Batman. Neapolitan Batman.
Fondant Fancy Batman. It's just him in a pink tux with a cream shirt.
Chocolate chip.
I want a fondant fancy Batman, Daddy.
I bet you do.
Oh, well.
Daddy, be my fondant fancy Batman.
But, like,
Daddy.
Keaton sort of plays Batman as, like, we don't really get to know him properly. We get to know him a little bit more in Returns.
Yeah.
But he's not the main character of Batman. I know, right? But you get the idea that he's quietly detectiving on the side. He's covered in this like thick rubber. I don't even like a couple of characters refer to it as rubber over the course of that quadrilogy. Like he's coated in like thick rubber, and you know it's because he's not like he's trim. We see him working out. We see him dangling upside down from that bloody thing. But he's mostly keeping fit. He's not like becoming a like you say.
He's not
shit
buffing.
house.
He's not buffing up.
Yeah.
He's not bulking up. He's just staying trim.
Yeah, and that's because the gadgetry, the costumes doing the work. And they sow that seed really well in the 89 Batman because he has a whole of armour.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the samurai stuff and everything. Like, he has studied warfare and how people protect themselves in battle and all this, that, and the other. And it's never explicitly said. It's just there. And you're like, oh, okay. No wonder he's created a suit for himself. Like, he's obviously looked into all this and then gone, yeah, I'll create a costume. Like, I'll be this thing and I'll be covered and I can fight off and pull really annoying little claw things out in the second one, which imply that the rubber's not that thick, really. Because she stabbed me somehow in my abdomen.
I should be a bat. Well, no, she gets around the side of him.
She does,
because she's feeling the arm and she's like, no,
true, yeah.
That's you, and then stabs him.
Yeah.
So she gets round the side of his front armour, so it must be more
she finds like a thinner bit. Yeah. Kinky sod.
Yeah.
And then he does that thing where he pulls it out and he goes, ah! And he's just kind of staring at it for ages. And the shot lasts almost a little too long, and it's like, you just know that Tim and the costume department are really pleased with how those little claws have turned out, and they just want to show you, like, these claws.
They're pretty good.
Pfeiffer's costume in that is phenomenal. That is a great costume design. For that version of Catwoman, it's so good.
Must have been a bitch to get in and out of, though.
Yeah, I've got all of them. Oh, yeah. All the bat suits, yes, but especially that one. Good God. Yeah, I think she had a whole body surgically removed, and that costume sewn onto her neck down.
Yeah, they did a whole head transplant stuff.
Yeah, which then Tim perfected the technology of, and that's how he got Pierce Brosnan and Sarah Jessica Parker's severed heads. To perform in Mars Attacks.
Of course. But then he did have to put them back. So.
Yeah, but he put them back in the wrong way.
That's how we got Sex in the City.
Oh, good Lord. Will we see Zoe Kravitz Catwoman soon? Will we see any of the costumes? I hope so. It'd be nice to get teased a bit more because way ahead of the film's release, you could generate so much hype already if in like a month's time you just went, here are 3 vague character posters.
We'll start getting set photos first.
I don't want them though.
We'll start getting them.
I don't want them. I want stuff that they release. I want controlled, tasty phone wallpaper worthy imagery. That's what I want.
Well, we're in the age of everyone's paparazzi, so you'll get what you're given and you'll fucking like it.
I don't like it.
Which is the attitude that the studio took to Sonic the Hedgehog.
We're here, guys.
Paramount.
Buckle up. Strap in.
Paramount Pictures and Sega's Sonic the Hedgehog. Sega have like a Marvel Studios style logo for this.
I've also heard that it doesn't come with the jingle.
Nope.
What's the point then?
Nope.
You could get rooms full of grown-ass adults in those screens all collectively going, Sega! Well, if you had it do that.
You could, but The biggest problem of Sonic the Hedgehog 2020, formerly Sonic the Hedgehog 2019, is that it doesn't know who it's fucking for.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
As I interview this handsome man.
My spoiler-free thoughts are available on YouTube.
Yes.
This is full spoilers, full tilt, full speed ahead. Got to go fast. The only thing this film made me go was flaccid.
We have an Iron Fist scenario here. I text Matt on Sunday saying, like, I've got a bit of free time Tuesday afternoon before theatre. Do you want to go see Sonic? And you text back with words that I guess in hindsight are probably life-saving.
Man, one of the best things you must have heard all year so far.
You're about to prove that to me over the course of the next half hour.
Yeah.
You text back saying, Charlie and I caught it on Saturday. You don't want to waste your time. I was like, oh!
Yeah, don't do
okay. Sure. And then from what you told me yesterday and from what you said in your spoiler-free review, I'm like, oh, good lord. So Sonic the Hedgehog is a movie based on the video game property of the same name, which is a talking blue hedgehog with red trainers and white gloves who runs real fucking fast. Run, Barry, run. Faster, Barry. We believe in you, Barry.
There's some Flash stuff in there.
Oh, yeah, there's a bit in the thing where he's reading
He's
the
reading
comics.
the Flash comics. That's his comic collection.
I'm guessing he shoots a pithy one-liner about it, like, well, it's not that impressive, or something like that.
No.
Oh, he actually likes the Flash comics.
He just reads them real fast.
Which would devalue them, and the grading would go down, because the pages would have some natural wear and tear. So...
I don't know, he is wearing gloves.
True, well, he is now.
Or is it?
He wasn't originally. What? There's a thing about that?
No one ever mentions him wearing gloves, and he never takes them off.
That's fine.
So they might just be
because when it was just white-tipped fur, that was freakish in the original design. Or it was just white-tipped fur.
I mean, this isn't less freakish.
I suppose it's only less freakish if you are aware of what Sonic looks like. So you just go, yeah, that's Sonic.
I know, it's still...
Because the Detective Pikachu took a smart route with that in... They consulted that artist who got massively famous for doing realistic Pokemon designs.
Yeah.
On texturing. They got him involved to talk about like texturing. But they ultimately chose to make the Pokemon look like the anime.
Well, they had to get everything approved by the Pokemon Company.
Yeah.
Who apparently were very, very strict.
Yeah. And that's fine because the film then... Detective Pikachu remains very squarely a family film because of the choice to keep the cartoonish designs.
It's
but
almost
also,
like they
it doesn't
approached
feel...
it with some care.
Yeah.
Or interest in the actual source material.
Yeah. I mean, you were sort of like, where were you on Detective Pikachu? You were like sort of 3-star? Yeah, I had fun. Like
Probably closer to 4. I liked it quite a lot.
Yeah, I recently rewatched it because we got the Blu-ray ages ago, and I just was like, can we put Detective Pikachu on? Lou went, do we have to? She had no interest in watching it. And by the end of it, she was like, yeah, it was alright. The Pokemon were really fucking cute. And I was like, yeah, they were, weren't they?
Yeah.
She went, I kept, every time I heard one of them make a noise, I kept looking away from my project back up at the screen. Because I just wanted to see them. I
think that...
There you go. But it's because they retain what makes them visually appealing in the first place.
I think Detective Pikachu also understands the property and probably makes it the best video game adaptation, except for maybe Mortal Kombat, because Mortal Kombat is so much fun.
Well, Detective Pikachu makes the decision of going, right, we're going to start you in media res. Like, you're in the world of Pokemon.
Yeah.
That is where you are. Sorry, viewers, if you're confused.
Just
sit here for 5 minutes and go with it.
Just go with it.
But we will give you a main character who has actively avoided this lifestyle so that you still get a visual through the eyes of somebody who's having to adjust to it. And we'll also have there's the one exposition dump, the travelogue on the train. On the way into Rhyme City.
Yeah.
Where it's like, here's the history of Pokemon. But no, in this city we're doing things a bit different. And it's like, there you go. There's your info dump. And the concept's easy to get. In this world, everybody has at least one little monster that they keep around with them. There you go.
Their little friend.
Boom. Like, there it is. Sonic opts for the mid-2000s to late 2000s story adaptation method of... This is a thing you all remember from your childhood, but this would never happen in real life. So we're going to have them arrive through a portal. And now they're in our world, but not our world, because no one knows who they are. Oh, hijinks! Sort of
yes.
like the same as the first one that comes to mind is the Smurfs. The movie adaptation of the Smurfs. Same thing. Oh, they got to escape. They go through a portal. Now they're in New York. Right. But isn't the appeal of these that they're quaint little funny fairy tales with goofy characters?
But he isn't in New York.
In a magical tiny village?
He is in a small town in America called Green Hills.
Shut up.
No.
Shut the fuck up. Right, now, when we saw the trailer...
Yeah.
And you saw how they were doing Robotnik, the first trailer, we saw how they were doing Robotnik, it was like, oh, they're doing the whole... It's him, but it's not quite him. And then at the end they hint, but then it kind of is. They're doing the same here. Like, oh, Sonic, you all love Green Hill Valley, right? It's like, what, the first level in the original?
Green Hill Zone, yeah.
Green Hill Zone? It's like, you all love it, right? Cool. Well, we're not going to do that. But what we are going to do is we're going to have an area called Green Hills.
Well, they'd have do Green Hill Zone because when you see the way the movie opens is with again the movie opens near the end, but then Sonic backtracks and tells you how we got here. Okay. It's very much I'm gonna have to tell you how I got here.
Deadpool did well. Let's do that, but for kids.
Yeah, because it starts with him being chased through Chicago by Robotnik.
Okay. It opened just full. Okay, so
yeah,
so far so in media res. Like, hey everybody, like this is where we're going.
And then it rewinds and it gives you his backstory, and it's like he was born a fast blue hedgehog, and he was raised by an owl named Longclaw who had rings, a bag of magical rings that could take you to different dimensions, and then he had to hide his powers.
Please stop.
But
Please
then
stop. Please
someone
stop
came
already.
after the.
Please stop already. Longclaw. Longclaw. Is Longclaw from the games?
No, Longclaw's completely new as far as I can tell.
Cool. So a blue hedgehog is born, presumably to hedgehogs.
Who could say?
And he's born fast. So basically, gifted child, abandoned by parents, raised by kindly owl.
Kindly owl.
With a bag of magic rings.
Kindly warrior owl.
Tale as old as time.
Because it starts with, when he's doing this
What the fuck?
When he's doing this this flashback sequence and narrating it, you've got him racing around like a Green Hill Zone looking island and doing all the loops and all that shit. And then fucking then he goes back to Longclaw, and Longclaw's like, you should hide your powers because people will come after you. At which point,
he's got a bag of dimension-traveling magic rings.
At which
Shut
point,
the fuck up,
people
Longclaw.
immediately come after them, and then Longclaw runs away with Sonic and then gets shot, so she can't go through the portal with Sonic, and sends Sonic off on his own with his rings. And he's been dimension hopping for years to stay safe. And every time he gets discovered, he has to go to a new dimension to stay safe.
We're in a world where an owl, who's a warrior. You say?
Yeah.
She has a bag of magic rings that you can use to hop dimensions.
Yep.
But a hedgehog that runs really fast is suddenly the prized possession of anybody who wants to have a fast What sort of enemies come after them?
They're after his power.
But what does that mean?
I don't know.
And what sort of baddies are they?
They're just like, they look like generic Sonic characters, but like with no features.
What?
So take a Knuckles or a Tails.
Again, I don't stretch well.
Or what's the fucking what's the anti
Rose
called?
or whatever.
Yeah, but then just remove all their features. What? So they're just sort of like cartoonish, featureless figures.
Why?
I don't know.
I
don't know.
They wanted to take his power. What does that fucking mean? I'm assuming that's part of Robotnik's story.
Well, no, because Robotnik...
No, I mean later, like, his objective is I want to take his power.
Yeah.
Which, in that context, at least makes sense, because he's clearly a scientist, so it's about, like, delving in to learn how it works, and then using it in his own way. But, like, just random animal, like, what are they going to do? Like, I've got you now, Sonic. Oh, no, what are you going to do with me? I want you to, like, deliver shit for me.
Run really fast.
You've got to deliver shit for me, Sonic.
It's a power thing, like,
I want you to stir my coffee, but, like, really fast, Sonic.
He finds a...
oh, God, that's so generic.
He finds one of Sonic's quills. Well...
So Sonic's been dimension hopping for a long time.
Yeah.
He's now in Green Hills.
He's in Green Hills, and he loves Green Hills. He loves watching all the people, and he loves the Donut Lord, who is James Marsden's character, who he calls the Donut Lord because he talks to donuts and then eats them if they're bad. And he's married to...
What?
He's married to the...
Like Xander in Once More with Feeling.
I guess.
Where he's just chatting to them.
It's just Sonic... This is from Sonic's point of view.
It was Fear the Cruller. Tame the Donut.
And then he's married to the pretzel lady. Who's a vet.
Okay.
And
Family film trope. Are they happy?
Yeah.
Is she the lady who's in that clip I've seen a million times now where they're on top of the building and he pushes them off the building?
Yes.
Good. So we're not doing that weird, and now forced love story to kids.
No, they're already married.
Good. Okay. Wholesome.
Because they're
5 out of 5.
Because they're in their mid to late 30s. And
oh, cool. And the main characters in this kid's film?
Yeah.
Cool. Just cool.
Sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then
cool. Not wacky uncle to a kid lead. Or...
Nope. No.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Oh, there is. So his wife's
not part of an ensemble. Children.
Nope.
Sonic's a child. Well, not really. He's been hopping around for years.
Who fucking knows? Who fucking knows? I don't know. I don't know where Ben Schwartz is pitching this performance.
I'll be honest.
I don't know if he is pitching this performance. I wouldn't
be surprised if he recorded the film once, and then had to record it again, and then probably had to do a lot of tweaks in ADR.
Well, honestly,
which means you're not going to get a consistent character because it is then in the hands of the director and the editors to keep it consistent.
It is a completely flat and lifeless performance.
That's so upsetting. He's having a ball on the marketing tour. He's been the most fun thing about it. Looks like he's having a nice time.
That's probably the most fun he had making this film, because it doesn't sound like he's having any fun whatsoever.
My friend Phil was doing junket stuff the other week when they did the UK, the European premiere in London. They sent Phil down as hacker to do some press. And he sent me a picture of him talking to Jim Carrey. And he was like, what about that? And I was like, oh, that's really cool. Legit question, did you talk to Ben Schwartz? And he was like, yeah. And he sent me a photo of that. And I was like, I'm weirdly more excited about that. I'm really happy for you because I know he loves Carrey movies. But I'm really more excited that you talked to Ben Schwartz. Because if I'd had the opportunity, I would have been like, okay, hi. So first question, what is your name? Just to see if he'd be like, my name? It's a perfectly normal name. It is... Touche. Basically, because to me, Ben Schwartz will always be that creepy bloke who appeared in a series of Jake and Amir videos.
Yeah.
Because that was some funny shit. Especially the Milkman one, which is still to this day the gold standard. Come on, those videos are great.
Are you finished?
No!
Talk about Sonic the Hedgehog now.
No!
Okay.
Because you don't want to talk about Sonic the Hedgehog, because I see how sad you are. You're purging it. You're purging it from your system. Think of this as a detox.
The only major child character, and I use major in...
Scariest quotes.
The only named child character.
Well, that says it all. In this kids' movie about a talking blue hedgehog.
Is Tom and Maddie, the main couple, their niece...
so he's a wacky uncle.
Jojo.
See what?
But no, because Rachel, who is Jojo's mum and Maddie's sister, she's the wacky comic relief because she's convinced that Tom is no good and that Maddie should leave him immediately for no reason, because we're never shown that he's anything but upstanding and loving and kind and honest and truthful.
So it's the tired sister trope of you need to get away from that man. He's no good for you. And it's like,
despite the fact that he supported Maddie through veterinary school, and
let me guess, because she's the pretzel lady because she works at the pretzel thing.
I don't know why
she gets a veterinary job.
I can't remember why she's the pretzel lady.
Does the film remember why she's a pretzel
Probably
lady?
Not. That's what Sonic calls
Sonic probably
her.
saw her eating a pretzel at some point.
Probably.
So was he just hanging out in Green Hills after hours? Is that what the whole baseball scene is in the trailer?
He's like, oh yeah, I like movie nights the best, and he's like, it's him watching a movie through the window behind Tom and Maddie.
That's really sad.
Yeah. And he's like, I don't have any friends. And then he's watching a baseball game, and then you get that bit from the trailer where he does a baseball game, but it's all him.
Yeah.
Because he's so fast. And then he gets upset because
no one's to play with.
He doesn't have any friends, and he runs in a big square around the baseball diamond. Then he runs so fast he kicks a big track into the ground, and then he runs so fast that he emits this big energy blast and takes out all the power on like knocks all the power down
in Green Hills
in that area,
okay.
and like that, not that side of the coast. I think the whole Pacific Northwest. I think, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
And that's when the military get involved. They're like, "What is this?" And that's when they bring Robotnik in, and Robotnik's like, "I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna better."
So in this, video game universe, Robotnik is a horrible motherfucker who essentially, in a subtly gory way, cyborgs the fuck out of animals.
Yeah.
Creates robot drones and little minigun turrets and all these things, and is just trying to kill Sonic because reasons.
Yeah. There's no animals turning into machines in this.
Well, that's a waste. It would be horrific in our world, to be fair, if he was just like... But you could have at least hinted at it. You could have at least had him with pet guinea pigs or something, and it's like I didn't tell you he was the affectionate type. He's like, I'm not affectionate, I'm finding a way to strap machine guns to their arses or something.
Nope, nothing like that.
Okay. But in this world, in this continuity...
He's
the Sonic 2020 continuity...
He's a top scientist who is renowned for his revolutionary drone technology.
So he's a military-funded
Yeah.
egomaniac with the mustache.
Yeah.
That's basically it. Or is he a 1990s Jim Carrey movie character transplanted into 2019/2020?
Well, no, because he's not funny.
Oh, okay.
Jim Carrey's doing a lot.
Is he doing the most?
He's doing a lot.
Is he doing the most Robotnicking?
But none of it's funny. I tell a lie, there are 2 good gags in the entire film. And good is a relative term.
How long's this movie again?
It felt like forever.
Well, that's upsetting. Though.
It doesn't go by fast.
2 comedy highlights.
There's first one where his Agent Stone's sidekick is his sort of foil and partner in crime for his comic relief has delivered him some bad news, and before he goes on a rant at him, he's like, "Pin yourself to the wall." So the guy just puts his hand on his chest and goes up against the wall.
Yeah.
So everybody doesn't have to touch him. That got a laugh.
Yeah.
That got an actual laugh.
Okay.
And the other one is the one from the trailer about the latte.
Oh,
I thought you might want a latte with that steamed Austrian ghost milk. Of course I want a latte. I love the way you make them. And
I've got to admit, that delivery from the trailer was very funny.
Those are the only 2 moments in the film that got
shame.
And not even a laugh, like a.
Do you think it's his improv's not as sharp as it used to be, or do you think?
Well, I don't know how much of it's improv and how much of it's the script, because the script's definitely not funny. The script's leaden. It is dull and plodding and just it's a kids' film with no kids in it.
Yeah.
No kid characters.
Again, even Detective Pikachu, even Justice Smith, our lead, is clearly meant to be 18.
Yeah.
So he's still young enough that kids would be like, I'm not him, but I want to be like him. Oh,
yeah.
You're right there.
Yeah. Just one.
Sorry, you carry on going.
I don't need it. It's fine. Don't go between my legs, please.
Oh.
You don't know what
Matt just dropped his phone on his long penis, and he doesn't want me to touch the tip of his penis.
I don't want you to touch the tip of anything. Thank you very much.
Despite the fact that I did take it out to dinner.
Hey.
I mean, it was Burger King. But still.
That's
what I thought you were going to ask.
So it ends up as a road trip movie because Tom finds Sonic.
Right.
And then
he finds his wacky stalker.
Because Tom is supposed to be moving to Chicago to become a beat cop rather than the sheriff because he's bored of the small town.
Oh, so he is a policeman?
Yeah, he's a sheriff.
Oh,
he's the sheriff.
Oh, donuts.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
he's the sheriff of Green Hills, but it's a boring small town where nothing bad ever happens, so he's bored out of his mind.
So he wants to be demoted, but to a different place.
Yes.
So that he can actually do stuff.
He wants to be a proper police officer.
Okay, so that's all right. There's like, okay,
he wants to help
motivation. Motivation. Tom's motivation is, I want to help folks.
But then Sonic doesn't want him to leave because Sonic loves Green Hills and he loves the Donut Lord.
He loves perving on the Donut Lord.
But they end up having they end up meeting and they end up going on a road trip because Sonic drops his bag of magic rings through a portal.
What?
So this whole thing where he's in Tom's garage because they've come looking for him.
Right.
And Tom thinks he's in the garage and thinks it's the raccoons that are always in his bins.
Yeah.
So he takes Maddie's trank gun.
Okay.
And he shoots Sonic.
He wants to shoot a raccoon with a trank gun.
Yeah.
That's not a thing people do.
Well, he doesn't like the raccoons.
Why do people think trank guns are funny?
Because slapstick.
But that's not slapstick. That's horrible.
But then you get the bit from the trailer
It
where...
fucks people up and makes them piss and shit themselves.
Then you get the bit
This
from
is
the
a kids'
trailer...
movie.
Yeah.
Does Sonic piss and shit?
Does
he have the faculties to piss and
doesn't
shit?
appear to.
Or does he do it when he's running, so we just never see?
Maybe. He's so fast.
It just like smears across things. Oh my god!
So,
Oh!
we get... You're inventing laughs that aren't there.
But that would be funny. When you go to the bathroom, you don't go to the bathroom when it's fucking perfect. There
No,
you go.
no,
Put that
no,
thought in
no.
everyone's heads. Kids film.
You're giving the movie far too much credit. So... You get that bit of the trailer where he shoots him with the trank gun.
Yeah.
And because he discovers him in his garage, he's like, ah! And he's like, meow.
Oh wait, it's a tranquilizer.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant as in like a...
No, tranquilizer. A trank
yeah.
gun.
Oh, trank gun.
Not
okay.
a fucking taser.
Oh, right, okay.
Tasers don't tranquilize people.
But they do make you piss and shit.
Yeah. No, trank dart gun.
Okay.
Where'd you get... What about me saying trank gun led to your brain going taser?
Maybe I just want Sonic to get tasers.
Fuck me. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Do not kink shame me. This is my Sonic OC. Taser boy, do not steal.
Just listen to... The adult is talking. Listen to the adult.
But there's meant to be kids
quiet.
in this conversation. Where are the kids?
Be quiet. Let me tell you about it. This is your punishment. So he shoots him with the trank dart as he's trying to get away with his bag of rings to another dimension.
Okay.
But they end up talking about Chicago, so the ring goes to Chicago instead of to this mushroom dimension that is the next on his list of safe places.
Mushroom?
Because he's got like a map.
Do we see the mushroom dimension?
Yeah.
Is it at all a reference to...
It looks a bit like the Mushroom Hill Zone from Sonic and Knuckles.
Okay, so it's not them trying to sort of give Mario Easter eggs or anything?
No.
Okay.
It's...
Oh, God.
but so he drops his bag through the portal and then the portal closes before and then Sonic passes out. And then it's the whole thing of like, he keeps him in a cage, but then he gets out of the cage because he doesn't lock it because he doesn't know that Sonic is thing. And then, I'm Sonic. I've been watching you. You're the Donut Lord. What? And then Robotnik turns up, and then they have to run away from Robotnik, and they end up on a road trip. And he has to take Sonic to Chicago. And Sonic could run to Chicago, but doesn't know where Chicago is.
Right.
He doesn't have a map.
Yeah.
He doesn't know which way to go. No, not Chicago. San Francisco. I've been saying Chicago. I mean San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Because the Golden Gate Bridge is there, but they don't do anything with the Golden Gate Bridge other than use an establishing shot. Because it falls onto the top of this skyscraper.
Oh, is that the one? The one from the clip that's been played a million times?
Yeah,
where they're all cornered on there.
That's where he drops his rings through the portal. So they have to get to that building and get up to the top of it and get the bag of rings, and then he can go home. You know, he can go somewhere else.
So that's Sonic's goal. Sonic's goal is to get his rings back so he
Yeah.
can get the fuck out of our universe.
Yeah.
Which is going to be hard for him. Conflict. Because he's grown to really like our dimension.
And guess what happens while they're on this road trip?
They bond and become best
Bond
of friends.
and become best of friends, even though they have fallen out because Sonic doesn't want him to leave Green Hills. And he calls him selfish for leaving Green Hills and all the people that care about him.
What people? His wife is there and she's going to come with him, and his sister-in-law thinks he's a dick.
Well, sister-in-law doesn't live in Green Hills.
So then what's the point? Like, what? Huh? Does it establish...
She lives in San Francisco.
Does it establish... Of course she does. Does it establish that the community at large really like Tom?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it does.
And
Okay.
Apparently there's been a Wachowski guarding Green Hills for at least 50 years, so at least his father was a sheriff as well.
His surname is Wachowski?
Yeah.
Tom Wachowski?
Yeah.
That doesn't roll off the top. Tom Wachowski. Sounds like one... I don't know. Nitpicky.
Yep.
Nitpicky.
No, Billy, pick nits, by all means.
I shall pick them.
There are many.
Question.
Yes.
Does Sonic have quills? I mean, I know obviously part of it is
Yes.
that Robotnik gets hold of a quill. Is that in Tom's house? Does he get hold of a quill from
Yeah,
him?
Tom finds the quill on the roadside, and then when he comes to Tom's house because he's going after the energy readings, and the footprints,
Right.
then he
But
finds the quill.
isn't there a bit where he shakes to dry off and then he goes all floofy?
Yep.
Quills don't do that.
Yep.
Okay.
He has fur.
How is Sonic a Hedgehog
He
exactly?
has fur and quills.
That's not a thing.
He has quills in his fur.
It's not a thing. Hedgehogs
No,
are like...
no.
Hedgehogs have got like...
Hedgehogs also aren't blue, humanoid, and super fast, Chris.
But they do wear trainers. If you put them on them.
Oh yeah, he gets his red trainers from JoJo.
Oh,
the
piss
kid.
off. They have an origin story for the trainers.
Yes. Well,
Does he already have trainers on?
he already has trainers on, but they're all fucked up.
Believable, because he's running real
worn
fast.
through 'em.
Yeah.
So eventually when Tom eventually meets up with Maddie at Rachel's and they tie Rachel up. The mad sister. They tie her up
What? Why?
because she's chatting shit.
So they're
And of course the daughter.
their logistical choice is to tie her up.
Yeah, and the daughter takes an instant shine to
Sonic.
Well, because by this point, after Robotnik fails to catch him, they start circulating the thing that Tom is a terrorist.
Of course!
So he's now wanted by
Kids
the government.
movie! Kids movie! Yay!
Yeah.
Terrorism! Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
And there's a whole bit
Not
where
just a wanted criminal.
there's a whole
terrorist.
bit where they stop off in a roadhouse and bond over darts and things, and then get into a big bar fight, and then that's when you get the slow down time Quicksilver X-Men scene.
Now I was going to ask about that.
There's two of them.
There's two, so they do a Quicksilver. A scene which
They did two of them.
stood out and was really impressive in X-Men Days of Future Past. And had they never done it again, I think that film would be looked back on more favourably as that was fun.
Well, they do it
But
in.
then they did it again
They do it in Apocalypse. And it's fine.
in Apocalypse. But then they realised that if they keep doing it, it is just a gimmick.
Well, they subvert
So
it
they
in Dark
they
Phoenix.
nerf him in the climax of
Yeah.
Apocalypse, and they nerf him immediately
Yeah.
in Dark Phoenix.
Which I think was one of the best things Dark Phoenix did.
Or maybe just don't have Quicksilver in more than one film.
Yeah.
Just have him in Days of Future Past, and then it's like, oh, do you remember that one with Quicksilver, the fast guy? That was really cool. So Sonic, they do this as well.
Yes.
Is he like shooting one-liners to no one except himself whilst it's happening?
He's talking constantly. He never shuts up.
Sounds like a nice guy. I think he and I could probably
To
get on quite well.
the point where people like these constant gag, inverted commas, gags, where he's told to keep quiet, and he's like, okay, keep quiet, I can do that, and just keeps talking.
So they're just stealing gags from Roger Rabbit as well, then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course the Roadhouse ends in a bar fight, and they bond over bar fights, and then they get out of there.
Classic. Wait, so hang on, is what's the wife character called again?
Maddie.
So Maddie's already in San Francisco?
Yes, with her sister, because she's gone ahead to scout out apartments while Tom packs everything up.
Oh, that's where they're planning to move then.
Yeah, 'cause that's where he's going to be a police officer.
Okay. Right. Okay. Sorry, just...
Yeah. Don't worry, it's
God.
not important.
Oh, God.
Because, spoiler, at the end of the movie, he doesn't go to San Francisco anyway, he stays in Green Hills.
Of course he stays in Green Hills, because everyone loves him there.
Because
I'm assuming Sonic doesn't stay at the end,
Yeah,
but they hint that he can, like, come back whenever.
he stays, and he sends Robotnik off to the Mushroom World. Which is where we get that bit from the trailer with
the first trailer where they go, "Don't worry, guys, we don't just look like Robotnik, but he will."
That's the very end of the film.
Yeah, they Sony'd it.
Yeah,
they Sony'd it.
it's the last scene of the film.
It was Spider-Man fighting the Rhino. It's the last shot of the film, guys. But it's in the trailer.
Yeah.
You all want to come see this, right?
Yeah. And then there's the Tails bit, post credits. Tails comes through a portal and he's like, "I gotta find Sonic before it's too late," and then flies off at super speed.
Sequel tease. Sequel bait.
Yeah.
Who voices Tails? Do we know?
I did look it up. Where are they? Where
Is it Thomas Middleditch?
No, it's a woman, I believe.
Because Thomas Middleditch would at least kind of be like, "Oh yeah, these two, him and Ben Schwartz, do a lot of improv stuff together." So that would at least be like, "Oh, that's kind of neat."
Colleen O'Shaughnessy.
Colleen O'Shaughnessy?
Yeah.
Who's credit?
She voiced Tails in the Sonic Boom cartoon. And she also voiced Wasp in Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Oh, she was really good in that. Okay, so that's okay. So if this does become a thing, that's quite a nice choice, and I hope they don't walk back on it.
It looks like she is the Tails voice and has been for a while.
Roger Craig Smith has been Sonic for like a decade.
Well, yeah,
or so
of course,
now.
they're not going to let him do that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if they do a sequel, I guarantee that they will think about recasting Tails with a celeb voice or something because they can't help themselves.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Which would suck because it would be more bold of them to be like, yes, we have an actor who's not normally Sonic playing Sonic, but we have the original. So, okay, so Christ. So, dare I even ask?
Yes.
What's Robotnik's bag throughout? Let me predict. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
This is weird. This is beyond science I've known. I can't not know things. I have to get to the bottom of this. I am the smartest person on the planet. I'm gonna discover what it is and dissect this little fucker, and I'm gonna... Oh, we haven't caught him yet? Right, well, I'm gonna use the quill I've got to do what I can, and I'm gonna make my stuff as fast as him!
Yeah,
that's what
powers his jet thing at the end.
Yeah, well, it was the fact that, like, in the trailer, the Great Wall of China, which is a cool visual for Sonic. Fuck it, if you're going to put him in our world, have him race along the Great Wall, which is not as long as people think it is.
Yeah, that whole sequence...
Have him race along that, but it's like, wait, the drones are racing with him, so they've obviously been given a boost or something.
That whole sequence is like him throwing rings to go to different parts of Earth.
Of course.
Of course.
And... does he invade our small island at any point in this montage?
Not that I remember. But yeah, they do end up...
Paris? Does he go up the Eiffel Tower?
They do end up back in Green Hills, and then there's a whole, you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us kind of thing going on at the end with the town standing up to Robotnik for Sonic.
Okay.
And then Sonic does the thing where he bounces off him multiple times, like in the video games, and then he pushes him through a big ring. And that's the end!
He's been stretching.
And then everything goes back to normal, and Tom stays in Green Hills and is the sheriff, and then Sonic lives in his and Maddie's attic.
So he effectively commits murder. Like, he sends Robotnik into a world that he clearly will not survive in. And is like,
he does.
We dealt with him, everyone!
Yeah.
It's like, you just killed a man.
Yeah.
You just killed a man.
But they didn't kill a man.
You sentenced a man to death.
They sentenced a man to madness.
Or at least to madness and a series of heavy prosthetic and makeup decisions that if they do a sequel, they will clearly walk back a bit.
Well,
because he will not... I mean, he's been openly talking about doing another, Carrey, which is very unusual for him.
I think Jim Carrey's really enjoying himself, and I think all the live-action cast are really enjoying themselves making it.
Yeah.
But it's a fucking drag to watch. It really is. It's just joyless. It's not funny.
Gift shop's cool, though.
Fun.
He says as he paddles the ball.
No. It's bad.
Can I make a bold statement that might lose us at least a listener?
Go for it.
Has Sonic ever been good?
No.
And by Sonic, I mean the character.
No.
Like, it's... As a simple video game, in the old context of side-scroller, but with a difference, because you can go really fucking fast, so you've got to be very aware of your surroundings. Collect-a-thon, getting all these rings.
Yep.
The enemy designs are fun because they're like robotized animals.
Yep.
That's great. That's brilliant. Sonic and Tails, one of the best sort of platformers of all time. Really fun. Really bloody fun. Beyond that, like with Mario, once you start to develop a lore, it just doesn't work.
It's bad.
Like, it doesn't work at
bad.
all.
It's never been good.
I mean,
never been good.
We've already cited Pokemon, but the difference with Pokemon is it's the archetypal quest story. And the first game is about that. It's a role-play game. It's an RPG. So it has a story. The story is key to how it works. Like, yeah, it's a simple story. You rise through the thing, do different fights, then you do the big fight at the end, and now you're the best. Yay! But that's still like from humble beginnings to winner of the Elite Four tournament and everything. It's a progression.
Yeah.
Whereas Sonic is fight off the bad guy. That's it.
Yep.
By being fast. So the moment you try to same with Mario, fight off the bad guy, save a princess. The moment you try to expand that lore, it becomes real stupid. Like, you can keep it simple. Luigi's Mansion games, there's not so much lore, but there is, like, returning baddies. And like, in the third one, you have the main Mario cast all participate. They all go to a hotel for a vacation. Yay! Really simple, basic setup. They all go to a hotel, and it's a trap! And now you've got to save them. There you go. Boom. Simple. To the point. The moment you try to expand on these things, they become it becomes apparent how dumb they are.
Yep.
So this film is being lazy already because it's going, hey, that worked for the Smurfs and it worked for X and Y and Z. Let's do the same thing.
Yep.
But even then, it's kind of dumb. And then when they try to sort of go, well, we'll expand the world he comes from to make that more fleshed out. I'm sorry, the fuck is the owl calling him Longclaw?
Longclaw.
And they want his power for what exactly?
Don't know.
Do you mean you can't make this more compelling and fleshed out?
Nope.
Maybe don't try. Maybe don't fucking try. So to this day, then, is the best of Sonic in motion picture we're ever going to get his cameo in a Wreck-It Ralph film.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. He does roll up into a ball.
Does he do that at least once?
Several times.
Do you remember Sonic Underground?
No. I remember the original
series.
Sonic cartoon. Sonic
With
Underground
Jaleel
passed me
White.
by.
Because again, the original cartoon still kind of... It had plots, but it stuck to that simple thing of Robotnik bad.
It was...
Sonic good. Robotnik do horrible things in that world.
Yeah.
Like kidnapping animals to make them into his, cyber army. Sonic stop him. Good versus evil.
Sonic
really
stop
basic.
him.
Sonic stop him.
Sonic stop him.
It's just, like the more they add characters, the more you're like, what is this? Crash Bandicoot. If you ever tried to expand the lore of Crash Bandicoot, I'd tell you to piss off. Because it's stupid. It's part of the reason why I think the PS2 games didn't appeal to a lot of people. Because the PS1 games kept it relatively simple.
Yeah.
Mad scientist experiments on animals. Oh, there's a theme here. One of them escapes because he goes insane. Now insane animal fights scientist. There you go.
What?
That's it. That's the plot of Crash.
Yeah.
Simple. The moment they try to expand on it, I'll be like, oh, here's how the characters interact. It just sort of becomes less interesting. Basic platformers are basic platformers. Don't try and change them.
You're basic.
It's like trying to turn Tetris into a film. It's like, why?
People have tried.
Pong into a film. Why? Pac-Man into a film. Why? These things don't belong
There's a Pac-Man
there.
series on Netflix.
I am fucking baffled by this.
It's
why?
awful.
Of course it is.
I have come into contact with it through the various children in my life, and it is fucking bad.
But they made Clue into a film. Yeah, do you know why? Because Clue is a story-based board game.
Great.
Clue is great. But they made it into it's a story-based board game based around a murder mystery. It's a murder mystery with that cheeky edge of, but you kind of know what's going on.
It was called Cluedo over here, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's Cluedo over here.
Yeah.
Clue in the States. The film is Clue. They're looking to do it again. I'm like, why?
Everything old is new again.
But that's the thing. Video games are hard to adapt into films anyway.
You got
because
that right.
You immediately lose part of why they are beloved, which is you take part in it. And like the Alicia Vikander Tomb Raider, it's basically the cutscenes from the 2013 Tomb Raider reboot.
Even my dad didn't like
in live
Alicia
action.
Vikander Tomb Raider.
And your dad devours visual crap. Like, he absolutely devours it, relishes it.
I'm going to make a point of saying
Enjoys
that every episode now because he got upset that I called him out for his underworld addiction.
Okay. Paul, if it makes you happy, there's no shame in it at all.
I mean, there is.
My mother-in-law, Gwen, is a wonderful woman. She's hilarious and whip smart and all this. She digests garbage daytime television. Not like, your talk shows, but just all the NCISs.
My mother.
Do you know what? It makes her happy.
Get this.
I cannot judge her for that.
My mother
Yeah?
recorded,
Oh.
right, The Masked Singer,
Yes. Oh.
and fast-forwarded through...
I love your mum.
She fast-forwarded through the entire show just to see who was under the masks.
So you just go on Twitter?
She just didn't listen to any of the songs, any of the performances, just fast-forwarded the entire show and saw who was under the mask. She records This Morning every morning and fast-forwards through it to the
Segment she wants
to see. But of which there's usually maybe two.
But ultimately, does it make her happy?
I don't think anything makes my mother happy. I think I've inherited her capacity for being unhappy. No, of course it makes her happy.
Will this Sonic movie make some people happy?
No! It will not make anyone... I'm going to quote Jenny Nicholson when she tweeted after seeing Sonic the Hedgehog and say, if anyone tells you that the Sonic movie is actually pretty good, they do not like you and they are not your friend.
Is that the one she posted? It was a selfie for her and a mate seeing it all happy, smiling while the credits are rolling.
Yeah.
Really chuffed.
It's bad.
Can we briefly talk about the culture war that's happening around Sonic online?
God, of course there's a culture war.
So,
tell me about the culture war that's going on around Sonic the
I know, right?
fucking Hedgehog.
So you've got this... We've talked about this before. Birds of Prey is a really fun action comic book movie. It's a really fun R-rated comic book movie. It has its faults, but it ultimately is a really good time.
I don't believe you. I think you're lying to me.
When you saw it, you know it's good. But...
actually great.
There is that entire wave of people who are like, ooh, woms.
Yeah, people are fucking stupid.
And they have been making a meal out of the fact that it didn't hit its projected earnings in its opening weekend.
Ooh, woms.
It still made back its budget and a profit, and word of mouth in its second weekend gave it a profit as well.
It's weird. I think there's been a real weird narrative around Birds of Prey that it's a failure, and I don't think it is.
It ain't. And that's the thing. Well, that's the thing. If the press and these sites and these people keep saying it is, someone on studio level will go, I guess that one was a failure. Because they're easily influenced and swayed by morons.
It's fucking weird, man.
It's odd. But that's the thing, it isn't a failure. Like, Shazam was not a failure.
No.
But also, these same people didn't make a meal out of saying, Shazam didn't meet projections. But they did it for the film with the female ensemble leads. Funny that. Yeah. These same people are doing what they did last year with Captain Marvel and Alita. Do you remember all that shit?
Oh, yeah.
So we saw Alita. We liked it. It wasn't great. We had a good time.
I didn't love it.
Yeah. We had fun.
I don't know if I even liked it, but I certainly didn't hate it.
I think
it's too fucking long.
I think our summary was essentially, they botch it in the third act by sequel baiting, and I have no desire to watch this again, but I'm still glad I saw it. End of discussion. Like, there it is.
I'm glad it exists.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind a sequel, but they'd have to tighten it up a bit.
Yeah. Those people made a whole thing of, like, Alita versus Captain Marvel because they were predisposed to hate Captain Marvel because female lead, but also, and obviously not everyone, there are people who just didn't like Captain Marvel, but if this is you, if you think I'm talking about you and you're offended by me saying it, then it's you and you're
the problem.
Sexist arsehole. So they hated Captain Marvel because one, but also because Brie Larson, who has, she has this, like, sometimes refreshingly unfiltered press manner. Sometimes, Brie, you that was a bit weird, the way you worded that, but whatever, like, but, do you know what I mean? Her heart is absolutely in the right place. Sometimes it's like, maybe don't say that on the fly in an interview, maybe release a statement, because the way you said it came across as very antagonistic. So, whatever. But ultimately, they decided that because they didn't like her attitude, they were going to ruin the movie instead of, just not see it themselves.
That is dumb. It's
dumb. It's real dumb. It is real freaking dumb. I mean, there's, you can absolutely boycott a movie yourself if you heavily disagree with the principles of the people involved in it. I am not going to see the live action Mulan because the whole support of the Hong Kong police from its lead, the aggressive support of the Hong Kong police from its lead, has made me go, I don't really want to support this movie.
I think I am going to see it, but I'm going to have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, maybe catch it on the Monday. So after opening weekend.
Well, also, we've got Limitless, so we're not actually directly supporting the movie.
True, but I don't think I could sit there watching a story about, like, honour.
That's fair.
And protecting the people.
That is fair.
Yeah, it's like how Lego Movie Part 2 was soured for me a lot when Chris Pratt's character is monologuing at the end about, like, accepting people for who they are and we should all get on, whilst he is also massively funding his church, which is pro-conversion therapy and very anti-gay.
Yeah.
So it's just like, none of it plays well. It's like, I know you're playing a character, but it is kind of gross to learn this.
It's not good,
about you, and the fact that, like, you're trying to teach, your character is teaching this message to kids when you yourself do not believe it. And not in, like, a disingenuous way, in, like, you believe the worst things, and yet you're pretending you don't in this movie. This is really weird.
Yeah.
But these people were actively trying to stop others from going to see Captain Marvel. instead of basing it on their own personal opinion of Brie Larson, just being like, I don't like her, she's a bit of an arsehole, so I'm not going to go and see it. They were like, she's horrible, everybody boycott the movie.
Is she though?
And then well, again, it's down to personal opinion and understand the other, but like how they then decided to prove to the world that we're not sexist. As they went, Alita's out, like, a couple of weeks before. Everyone go see Alita instead of Captain Marvel. I mean, they paid for freaking banners to be flown over Comic-Con and all this sort of shit. It was ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. The same lot have decided that Birds of Prey is terrible because they hate women. And also...
Birds of Prey is so good, though.
What you should do is you should go see Sonic instead. And then what's happened there is they've taken up arms to defend Sonic in every way possible because, of course, Sonic's success is now attached to their frail masculinity.
Oh, of course.
So, you know, which is so pathetic when you think about it in every way. They hate women. No, we don't hate women. We hate the fact that the film takes a shit all over men. Do you know which men the film takes a shit over? 2. The fucking villains of the movie. If you feel bad that Zaz and Black Mask are attacked and made out to be horrible people in the film, there's something wrong with you guys. I'm assuming these same people also have tattoos of Joaquin Phoenix's Joker on them already. But, you know, because he's the hero. No, he's not. No, he fucking isn't.
Please, no.
You know, the same people who saw Venom just to own the libs.
You gotta own those libs.
Own those libs with the space alien.
Fuck
On my planet, I'm kind of a loser, like you.
And like everyone who's getting behind these fucking campaigns.
I hate it. I hate it.
Thanks, I hate it.
Thanks, I hate it.
So they're really getting behind Sonic, and it's odd. Now, Sonic has had a successful opening weekend financially. Yeah. Of course it has. It's got a fan base going back over 30 years. Of course people have turned out to come and see the Sonic movie.
Yeah, you'd think.
Now,
I mean, they're all disappointed.
Yeah, a movie's financial success in opening weekend is not indicative of how good a movie it is.
Honestly, I can't imagine a child having a good time at this film. And if that's not the target audience, what the fuck is?
I mean, Avengers Endgame is an incredibly pleasing finale to a series of films, and a really good sequel, part 2, to its setup piece. It could have been utter garbage. They could have made a garbage fire movie, and it still would have made what it made in its opening weekend, because people wanted to see the conclusion to Infinity War.
Yeah.
Same here with Sonic. Like, its financial success is not indicative of the quality of the movie. Same with Birds of Prey. Its financial success is not indicative of the quality of the movie. Some movies that everybody says they absolutely love failed and flopped back in the day. Labyrinth, flopped. The Thing, flopped. You know, these movies don't do well immediately. Raiders did better as it went on through word of mouth. Raiders of the Lost Ark. It didn't open phenomenally well. Because people are like, this is like an old school movie, what's the point? Star Wars. Its opening weekend did well.
Star Wars.
Its success is due to the fact that people kept saying, no, this is really good. And everyone kept going to see it.
That's what made it the legend it is.
But Hollywood, and in turn, film enthusiasts, let's say, on social media, have married themselves to the idea that the financial success of a movie on opening weekend is the be-all and end-all.
I feel like
which is so
film enthusiast is increasingly a misnomer.
Yeah, film moaners and complaining. I mean, we're moaning and complaining right now, but we're mostly moaning and complaining about people who are turning this into like sexist arguments and bigoted campaigns.
I mean, I'm also moaning and complaining about films in general because I had to watch Sonic the fucking Hedgehog.
But there's a difference between critiquing and moaning and complaining. Like, even throughout your entire review of Sonic just now, you've given suggestions as to why you think it doesn't work and what you think it could have done to work better.
Have more children in it.
Yeah, it's a kid's film.
It's a kid's film. Have your central characters be children. Or at least have someone for children to connect to, because Sonic isn't enough of a character for them to connect to. He's just something that talks, that never shuts up.
In the flashbacks,
yes.
Is there a baby Sonic?
Yes.
Of course there is.
Voiced by a child.
Why have they not marketed that? Because I'm assuming it was adorable as fuck.
It was not.
Oh.
Anything that this movie could have got right, it gets wrong.
Blimey O'Reilly.
Like, whoever put this together... Right, who put the fucking Sonic movie together?
I want to know who's responsible.
I want to know who's responsible for this bullshit.
Who did this to me? I think the main reason I'm disappointed in all this is because, you know, it's it looked like a perfectly serviceable family movie that had some charm, but it seems to be the classic thing from what you're telling me of all the funniest or like nicest kind of it's kind of cute moments are in the trailer.
Directed by Jeff Fowler.
So the best version of this movie you're going to get is
It's
just
his
watching
first
the trailer.
feature.
Of course it is.
He
of
did
course it
an
is.
animated short called Gopher Broke, about a gopher.
Go for broke.
In 2004. He worked in the animation department for the 2003 short Rockfish and the 2006 short A Gentleman's Duel. Did visual effects on Where the Wild Things Are. And that
Again, another movie that was pretty, but like doesn't have as much impact as the book because the book has a really simple premise, and to flesh it out kind of is pointless.
He's not particularly experienced.
Now that doesn't necessarily mean bad filmmaker per se. I mean, Tim Miller ran visual effects and essentially did cinematics for a bunch of video games, and then as a result, Deadpool was his debut movie and proved that, oh shit, you can direct, dude.
Written by Patrick Casey and Josh Miller, based on characters created by Yuji Naka, Noato Oshimi, and Hirakusa Yasuhara. These douches have written. Fuck me! Look at this.
Is Hop in their credits by any chance? Considering that also features a CGI woodland creature on a road trip with James Marsden.
Hey, Stop Stabbing Me! A 2003 scary movie rip-off.
Oh.
Dorm Days! A college sex comedy from 2003.
Never heard of it.
Gamebox 1.0
What?
from 2004. Charlie Nash is an expert video game tester who escapes reality by playing a mysterious 3D fantasy game he received in the mail.
Okay.
Dorm Days 2. Another American Pie ripoff. Transylmania.
Oh,
Spoof horror in which a group of college kids do a semester abroad in Romania and realise that if the partying doesn't kill them, the vampires just might.
Oh, God.
2009.
No. No. We don't need that.
Yeah. Shotgun Wedding from 2013. After Robert, a marrying up groom, accidentally shoots his fiancee's maid of honour in the face during a drunken skeet shooting session, his meddling mother does whatever it takes to ensure the wedding takes place.
We don't need these. Surely we don't need these.
Oh my god.
Have they written anything of note?
No.
Like, anything where
this
it's
is
like...
the first thing of note that they've written. The most high profile thing they've probably written before that is they did a couple of the Team Hot Wheels shorts, animated shorts.
Okay, so that was where they cut their teeth in animation. Okay, this is... Oh, right.
They did 9 episodes of an animated series called Golan the Insatiable, in which the Dark Lord of an alternate universe comes to our world and is befriended by a little goth girl and her family. Buffoonery ensues as he deals with everyday life. They wrote 4 episodes of 12 Deadly Days. The citizens of a California town are terrorized by various supernatural forces in the days leading up to Christmas. They wrote an episode of Into the Dark, a horror anthology series with each episode inspired by a holiday. And then they wrote something.
Even that's a rip-off of the film Holidays. What the hell?
I think they've both done all exactly the same stuff as well. Yeah, they've...
Is there a writing duo? Have they basically just... Do they come across as the sort of writers who are just palmed off on stuff? Because that's what I'm getting from this. They're just palmed off on things.
I don't think it's even that. I think they just...
Matt, right now, dear listener, is staring baffled at an IMDb credits list. He can't quite believe this is happening.
Actual shit. Oh, they directed a bunch of shit as well. Bunch of this weird straight-to-video shit that they did. Josh Miller did a lot of his earlier work under the name Worm Miller, which probably gives you an idea of how he's...
Matt just did a wormy hand motion with his right hand.
What his level of humour is pitched at if he calls himself a worm. Fuck off!
So do you think once again it's a studio has big property? We want to. Is it Paramount that have released this?
Paramount, yeah.
Yeah, studio has big property. We want to release it, but we also are not remotely invested. Just give it to these. You guys have it, and you guys. Yeah, you go make the Sonic movie. You go make the Sonic movie.
13 producers.
Jesus.
None of like
Jesus.
what the fuck have they done? Video game producers. Oh, Tim Miller's an exec producer.
Oh no, Tim, no. No.
Yeah, like no.
That's probably in relation to the incorporation of visual effects, to be honest, because of his background in that.
I mean, yeah, like just a bunch of people who don't have much experience producing films. I think
Making a movie film.
Toby
Toby
Asher is a producer known for his work producing nothing. Garbage Pail Kids. What?
You've seen it, I'm assuming.
No, the upcoming one, not the old one. The upcoming one.
What do you mean upcoming one?
Apparently, there's an upcoming one.
Why does there need to be more of Garbage Pail Kids?
Oh, fuck me. It's just a bunch of people who have failed upwards into producing a Sonic movie.
Oh, God.
And it's bad. It's bad.
The thing is, there was probably a better take out there. There probably was legitimately a better take.
There was definitely a better take out there. You know why? Because there couldn't be a worse take than this.
That's very true. That is very, 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 very true.
It's bad. There's nothing redeeming about the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Don't go and see it. It's not even so bad it's good, which is kind of what I was hoping for. It's just joyless, devoid of anything positive. It will make you hate yourself. You're sitting there, watching it, thinking, I could be doing anything else right now. I could be driving nails into my own scrotum right now and it'd be more enjoyable than this shit.
But would those nails talk really fast?
Oh, fuck off. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
What did you guys think of Sonic the Hedgehog? BigDamnContact@gmail.com. Send us a lovely long form review.
If you actually went and saw it, all I can say is I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for your stupidity.
If you can only form a few words or a GIF response, @BigDamnCast on the Twitters. Was it worth them spending all that extra money to reanimate Sonic from the goddamn ground up?
It wasn't worth them spending all that money to animate him in the first place.
Was it a massive conspiracy theory concocted to basically sell tickets for this movie by pretending that they had to redesign it from the ground up?
No, because we've seen the on-set standard Sonic.
That's true, but it could be part of the illusion.
It's no illusion. It's just incompetence.
Are you incompetent? Let us know.
These guys are.
@BigDamnCast on Twitter. You can also follow weekly video game streaming nonsense, twitch.tv/BigDamnSlam. What is next up in the backlogging catalogue? What's going to be occurring on Twitch soon?
I'm playing a bit of Mass Effect at the moment.
You beautiful boy.
Yeah.
Are you fucking everyone within a 5-mile radius?
It's the first one, so your romance options are very limited.
Are you fucking the people they give you the option fuck in a 5-mile radius? Is Seth Green funny?
Yeah.
Yay! I can't sing any more bars of that. We'll get copyright claimed by the Pogues.
Oh yeah, like that's ever stopped us before.
Folks, we want to know what you thought of Sonic the Hedgehog. Did you all catch up with Birds of Prey? Let us be of the knowings, and we shall speak to you again next week. Literally, that's how the transaction works. We will speak to you. You'll just listen to us. But if you want to speak to us directly, daily on the old Discords and get involved, supporting the shows, the projects we do, Big Damncast is on the Patreon. Patreon.com/BigDamncast.
Yes.
For as little as $1 a month, that's less than £1 in UK money. You can get involved in the Discord, share some news, talk shit, talk smack, and maybe, go real fast.
Oh, I fucking hate you.
Why'd you spill your beans?